leche, la leche, la leche, la leche, la leche. Parity, not patriarchy, past, present, futures. Here's we are again, the Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's Co-Savior's. That's what we like to call ourselves and use, all of us, everyone's. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languagings of hers and histories, on this our homes and all our planets, past, present, futures, in contact, we also call ourselves other names, such as, including ever young goddesses and gods, archetypal ye's. Now, does that mean we're trying to become a pantheon above others? No, of course not. What we are delivering is divine democracy ye's, so that all of the Elohas and Elohims, all the Ellie circles and Arrowways, all the females and males, all the souls that God has created and incarnated, past, present, futures, can be reunited again, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact, because space-time is not linear. And does that in any way suggest that we're trying to usurp the ever-lovings, ever-living's authorities of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever present in all creations and all sustainings, including us and all that we knows and shells ever knowns and haves ever knowns, including all of our families and communities, all the females reparatively, the divine feminines, and all of the females and males reparatively with an I in it, so that it's divine feminines and masculines equals, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact, and all the flora and fauna that God has given us to go steward and appreciates. And so, as we say, namaste, the divines with us greets the divines within yous and alls. And we say, Miko to your scene, Miko to your coast, we are all related. We are any's and all related, because we are any's and all, and also any's related, we cans and shells and cans, comes together again, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact. We also says, the light within us greets the lights within yous and alls. Conks on Pox, and Bahava, L'chaim, Shalom, Sol, and Miriam Pache, and Merci, and Chinque, and choose in all of the languages of all the heritage, remembering especially also all of the divine feminines, egalitarian heritages, because they had the kindness and wisdom to understand the essentialness of the divine feminine and masculine equally egalitarian cultures. Therefore, and because we know that we are all created star stuff, and therefore we also call ourselves other names, such as co-white calf buffalo women, co-changing women, Iroquois goddess clan mothers, that is co-sister cousins and co-cousin brothers, also as goddesses and gods. We call ourselves co-spider women's, co-sky women's, co-earth women's, co-kachinas, co-katsinas, co-orishas and yumayas, co-dagarak, co-kalki, co-mamamari, co-zarashant, and co-Couszmic Chrisztsz. Now, don't let that word Christ intimidate you. The word Christ in ancient languages simply translate to anointed. Anointed to do what? Now, greatest in kindness and goods, back and forth in circles, times, cosmic ye's. And so, therefore, we call ourselves other names, such as co-stellarians and co-eastellarians. That is, co-Aestralianlies and co-Aeasteralianlies, because we are combining the messages of Shushan, that is 50-50 promise fulfilled and delivered, with that of the Galilee, that is the Magdalens and Nazarenes, all the females reparatively, and the females and males reparatively with the I in it, equally, and connecting them to their ancient heritage, as actually words, Medusians and Mayans, that is of Atlantis, and the Elweo mysteries, ceremonies of Atlantis and Thrace, and the Druidics and Vedics, and all the civilizations, Ubuntu going back and forth in circles, times, and model counting reliefs, and befores and afters, and during, because space-time is beyond this planet, and so, therefore, we call ourselves the very real stargates, Atlantis, and all the holy lands and sacred earths risen. And the last that shall be first teams, very real Stargate and Star Trek put together for parity peace cultures on this and all our planets. Now, it sounds like a joint exists to co-occurringly to open the Stargates and the Akashic records for ever-borns, nativities, and always risen springs of ever young adulthood of humanity is risen, but actually easily accomplished via the normal rule, which you can read at 5050now.wordpress.com, and just actually read the 11 steps for easily accomplished strategies for making us and the so's. And you'll also see a page on the website called Among the Representatives, Use, and Use. Because use to cans and shells and cans becomes with us Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's Co-Savior's. The only issue I'd be concerned about would be would be silly enough to lose the opportunity to not accomplish this from this planet in connection with other planets and have to be reincarnated again somewhere else in the universe according to our doings of good and not so good karmically. But we actually believe we can see shells, and shells accomplished this for years now. And you can see our via the, especially via you can see our mystery ceremonies, and you can see our family tree there. In yours too, we have picture frames to represent yours, and we start with our great grandmothers, first called first, and all the Shekinahs of our families, all the females of all the generations, and also especially equally our youngest generations, for whom we have so much responsibility for, and with, and that is our Elohas and Elohims, always circles and arrows, females and males. And we can say some of the names, we can say all of them, say some of them. We have Jiganasay and Queen Esther, and we have all of the Iroquois and Iroquois goddess grandmothers, and Sister Kazinas, cousin brothers, but equally, especially right now, remembering Barbara Herschel and Lydia Costanza and currently Virginia and Lydia Valentine New Times, and we have equally, of course, our co-white calf buffalo women, Myrtle, Rosemary, and Pearl, and my Patricia Sunflowers, and equally to Martha, Myrtles, and Sophie, and Anne-Marie singing crickets, and loyalties, and Laura's, lots more there. And we have, of course, our Arishas and Yamais. We have our Rachel, Rochelle, Reyes families, our Anns there. We have our Josephines. We have our Leila and Gaels and Gogs, and lots more there. We have our Ellens, and we have our Sabinas. We have our Bonnies and Sylvias, all the Lights families. We have our, especially our Stellarian families, Hannah's, Ellens, lots more there. And there's Dearest to our hearts. We have our Australian Libertine, that is our Venusians, Marians, and Magdalenes, and Nazarenes. So we intertwine. We have Australian Libertine, Australian Equals, and lots more. There is Equals, especially as a Sarah Harriet, Radiant Gray, and a Sarah Harriet, English souls traveling back and forth circle signs. Clarity, Jubilant, Jacqueline, Precious, Antoinette, Richard Rose, Marie, Grandma Popper, Grandma Net, all the Grace Restored, Grandma Dorothy's teacher learnings, all the lessons of the Wizard Justice and Wizard Justice of Oz that we all are. Connected with Rachel, connected with Jenny and Leonie and Lynn of the Gaia family theories, and we have, of course, Rachel and Rachel of the Stargates families, and we have our current generations of females. We have our Esthers and Rachels and Rochelles and Anne-Marie's and Julie Anne-Marie's equals. We have our Jenny's and Dia's Divines. We have our Barbara's, lots more there, and especially we always have our youngest generations. We have our April's Arisen, Rosa Arisen's, Earth Angeline's, also predicting with Edith. We have our Hespers and Hallels and Shiraz and Elisa's and Francesca Leonis and Athena Medis. So we have our Somas Rosarians, Days and our series, especially our beloveds Vanessa Solia and Harlan Services, Wesley's, Equals, and with also the other young couples. We have again Hadass and Grinnell and Leon Ross. Then Sheila John, Blessed Bones, and more are Comingsz. Varies. Always Estelarianles, always Eastelarianles, always Aestelarians, always Aestelarians, always all related these students. Let's make love, it's parity, not patriarchy, that's present futures.